Welcome to the Mass Journal. I'm the Masses, and this is my training journal based on my training experiences, my training visions, and the motto is improvement, maintenance, and victory. Anyways, this is day 15. We're talking about detachment. Here's the thing about the market and life. Profitability doesn't eventually happen. You make it happen. It sounds like a harsh statement, but it doesn't necessarily mean that you won't get profitable the more hours you spend on the chart. Here's the thing. The meaning of that means that you'll spend so much time on the charts that you lose so much that you learn to be so good. And then you'll be so sick and tired of losing and say, you know what? I am now profitable and this is what I am going to do to be profitable. And then you have a process and then you have an execution feedback loop. And then you won. That's what it means. It doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to spend 20 years and not be profitable. We've heard the stories of mentors and gurus say, I've heard people trade for like 10 years and not make any profit, for 20 years and not make any profit. There's no such thing. There's no such thing in any industry. You don't spend that much time in any industry and not succeed unless there's something wrong with you, like something extremely wrong with you. Now, spending 2 weeks in the markets a year is not going to make you good, obviously. The minimum standard is at least 10,000 hours. If you've spent 10,000 hours in the market, meaning plus 5 years, plus 3 years every day. Okay, let's just say plus 3 years every day. Eventually, even if you're not profitable, you will be profitable. Even though the statement stands that profitability doesn't eventually happen, you make it happen. You will make it happen because the industry is going to teach you so much about it. This is not aerodynamics. This is not medicine. It's trading. That trading has a specific sequence of information that you gather, and there's an end to it. Just like in aerodynamics, there's an end to it, to whatever field that you want to do. Trading is like that. You are the field. There's an end to your field. So you will eventually become good. Regardless of what people are saying, regardless of what you're hearing outside, you will get good eventually because you spend so much time practicing. Practice creates improvement. Obviously, when you start out, don't beat yourself up for not recording, for not journaling right. In order to know how to journal right, you journal wrong. Some people just get it off the jump, and it's not because they get it off the jump. It's because they've learned it. Can't just do something, you learn it. They've learned it, and they've learned it in, an easier man. I don't know. Not from trading, maybe from other practices. But you don't spend time in a practice and don't get good at it. If you spend time, the pools, the ocean, you will eventually know how to swim, even if you don't have a mentor. But if you come after 10 years and you say, I know ocean, I've been understanding ocean, I'm going to jump in the water. You've never touched the ocean, just jump. You're going to drown. Thinking about the market for over a period of 10 years and trying every time, attempting demo, small account, roll account, big account, there's a difference. There's a huge difference. Because one becomes the surgeon, one is just a random guy reading a surgery article. So you have to immerse yourself in the experience. It's painful, it's not fun, but doesn't mean that it's always going to be painful. Some of the learning is going to be progressive. It's going to make you happy, The character that you become is what's going to make you happy. There's things that I do that are just, I ain't even proud of them. Like my room is always clean. It's not something I'm proud of anymore. But before that, my room was never clean. Every morning I make my bed and just involuntary, I just sweep and I start off my video, brush my teeth. It's a routine. 9 o'clock, hit the gym. 11, record. 12, journal. And this, I was not able to do if I was not bad at it. You become bad at it. You know, at first, whenever you do something, you hate it because you're so bad at it and you have this expectations to be good. It's not wrong to have expectations. It's how you think of yourself, which is a good thing. You think highly of yourself, that you should be, reaching these heights. But also, cut yourself some slack. Give yourself a break. Certain things need time. They need attempt and failure. I mean, if you are dunking, you don't expect to hit 10 out of 10. But why do you expect to hit a 10 out of 10 when you're learning how to journal, when you're learning how to utilize a strategy, when you're learning how to follow a process? You're going to fail multiple times, and that's okay. That teaches you how you need to be. Here's the thing. Detachment. These are moments. Whether you stay on these moments or not, time is passing by. And not just time overall, which is objective time, but your time is passing by. Biological time. You wanna die. Here's the thing, you wanna die never to be born again. This is a one-time experience, and every day is a one-time experience. But the good thing, it's connected. And it has a blueprint, a fingerprint, let us say. Your fingerprint. Your specific fingerprint. So again, it's how you learn how. Not even it's how you do this, but it's how you learn how to do this. There's a difference between it's how we learn how to take videos. It's general. But it's how I learned how to take videos. That's specific. Your life is specific, so is your trading. As much as we receive the same context, it's not the same to you the way it is the same to me. Because I'm at a specific level of understanding, risk tolerance, exposure, and you might be higher. But certain blockages within your character are what are holding you back. Like before I made my process, I knew I needed to make a process. Like, just create a specific strategy that you usually use, that usually gives you good profits, that continues to the market's context. Something that you can use every day and repeat it. I'm like, I don't have money, I can only do it on demo account. Then try to make it as realistic as possible. Make it slow, use as small as a demo account, put constraints around it, things that you would do in a real account. You do that. And then when you do it in a real account, you find out, oh, shit, it's actually easier. It's actually a lot of fun because it's real funds. When you see that return, it's even better in real life, So I did that 90 days. And then before day 90, how I lost my phone, I got robbed. Everything was taken, and I asked for my memory card back. How generous of those guys. With bazookas and all. Like, here's your memory card, bro. And the thing is, it's like, there's a feedback loop. If I was attached, I saw there I could have lost my life. For what? For nothing. My life could have ended there. 86 days worth of profit, of discipline, consistency, it means nothing. So you have to immerse yourself in experience, but detach. Because none of this is actually real. The only thing that's real is your life. This one-time experience and how you get to live it. So now, it comes down to what I'm about to talk about, which is, I'm on day 15. I'm starting to have a routine. Around day 5, the reason I blew out is because I was using 2 systems. The first system, which is I've already developed, but I'm still evaluating. And I'm evaluating because I created an extra project after my evaluation. So I created project trading to channel me on, this is the system you want to use, this is the perspective you want to use, this is the character that's required, suspend belief, 90 days, let's go. And then you do the 90 days. I failed on day 30 when I account was 60, I had to restart. And then we completed the target. We didn't hit 200K, we hit 70K. Cool. But in the process, for us to hit that 70K, it was not easy. It was challenging. Even When the account was bigger, it was still frustrating. That's one thing I remember. But there were methods that we were utilizing outside trading that made the trading easier. So even if you detach yourself from the account, the truth is it will have a way to pull you in. So that's why you find a way to attach to yourself more than anything else. Because that account doesn't grow if you don't say so. So we understood that. After the project, I try to evaluate. I've never evaluated anything. I'm a trader. So I had to learn how do you evaluate, what is an evaluation process, how do you assign things, and what was I doing. I had to learn what was I doing because that was from an attempt of pure rage. I'm tired of losing. I'm tired of blowing. I don't want to blow no more. I've been spending so much years in the market. It was a decision in that moment that I've taken every sacrifice. What is happening? And then the market told me, do this. Doing it was hard. Then, you know what I'm saying? But you do find the results that you're looking for. So what happened? I had to learn how to evaluate. And again, you learn how to evaluate and do all these things with the situation that you are living under. That's why it's specific. That's why you cannot compensate. I want that person's life. I want that person's success. Some of us can see trade success for what it is right here. It's in our eyes. But we can't attain it because you know in your soul that it's about you. It's not even about the markets no more. When you look at the markets, you know it. Here's the thing. Even if you miss the biggest trade ever today, on a daily chart, from an objective perspective, it's just one candle. And for the market to swing, according to my findings when I was trading, at least 3 days worth of profit. If the market moves with 3 candles in one direction, that's a swing for me. That's a swing for me. Because of how inefficient the market is. And that because every candle is 50-50. On the 4th day, you can get the biggest sell candle and it moves down. It's not that every time when the market hits a W, it's going to buy, it's going to swing for 7. No. You were able to hold that trade through the inefficiency because you just held it. It's 50-50. I decided to take the 3 days and take the sell and take the buy because I decided to trade like that. Why? Because bullish pays buys and bearish pays sells regardless of time frame. That's the law of the market. It's not bias. It's not market structure. None of that. Time creates structure. And then change of routine from bullish to bearish, meaning change of economic routine, it creates regression points or reversion points, points that you can interact with in terms of physical stops on each particular time frame. Anyways, I evaluated that. After the evaluation of that, I lost my mind. Because I didn't understand that was the evaluation. I combined my new, I don't want to say my new program of how I want to trade now, how I would like to trade based on the findings of the previous project. But I did combine that and the evaluation process. Instead of saying, this is the evaluation process entirely, this is what I learned, and this is how the market works under my perspectives and my performances, and based on the context that was available there. Again, this thing is based on the continuous market movements. The market is continuous and it's cyclic. I understand that the strategies I'm curating are based on the same principles that the market reflects, the market anchors. You know, the market has a spike, it has an invalidation, and it has a validation. I understand those perspectives, and I understand that economy is, I don't want to say still, from a perspective of the trader. From the perspective of the trader, you should perceive the market that, let's say we're looking at the 4 hour. If the 4 hour moved like this, twice up, twice down, maybe support, resistance, whatever. Anyways, it moved like that. It means on that particular day, the only way you could have profited is by participating in the market in 2 buy occasions, which is this part, and participating in 2 sell occasions, which is this part and this part. Now, when you perform from a systematic perspective, within the buy, you could have taken more trades, depending on how the market gave you opportunities, or just 50-50, because you can just take a trade anywhere. The truth of the matter is that as long as it's moving in that particular direction, you can take the trade anywhere. The problem is that our account size are not, universal infinity. That's the thing. So your entries it's usually because of your account size. Not necessarily that's how you actually trade, because the market was going to perceive what it perceived, and what it perceived means that's the only way you could have made money on that particular day. There was not really a competition. It was just a matter of positioning. Given that hypothetically you positioned yourself at every given turn, you would have profited because the context would have allowed you. And tomorrow is something different. Tomorrow is something different. That's the concept of moving money. So these are the things I was supposed to put in the evaluation. I didn't. I did, but I didn't call it an evaluation. I called it another project. A project that was based on the 5 technical risk and technical perspectives. Why a swing trade is a swing trade. A swing trade is not just a swing trade. If you understand the underlying significance of it, you can literally trade the daily chart on multiple pairs successfully. Yes, you become a swing trader, but it's a swing trade because it's the least noisy time frame. It takes the least amount of force to give you large profits, regardless of the lot size you're using. Now you understand how to position your account size because you understand perspectives like that. So that was the perspective of the new program, that we're trying to make trading as simple as possible. I don't know why I keep on saying we. But yeah, it's because even if you're doing it alone, you're never doing it alone. There is your people. And it's a choice that you make to say, you know what, I'm doing it alone. Or you gotta acknowledge that even if they're not part of my trading journey, they actually make the journey worthwhile. They make it what it is. You know what I'm saying? Which is something I'm grateful for. So that was my problem. That was my problem. This was a topic about detachment. But yeah, that was my problem. And now I'm watching that and I'm evaluating that and I'm breaking it down. And I wouldn't have known that I'm evaluating it if I didn't make this video, if I was not attached to being right. Right now, I just learned this right now, that I mixed my evaluation with my new program instead of saying this is my evaluation process and then going through it again. But it's good now because I know more. I've been researching more, I've been learning more, I've been executing more, failing more. You know what I'm saying? And the crazy thing is, when you lose, a loss is a loss. It's gonna happen. Who gives a fuck? The most important thing when you lose is your reaction after the loss. It's not your recovery. It's not anything like that. Your reaction creates the recovery. If you are in a rush to say, I want to recover, what reaction do you have? Control and coordination is the reaction that you want. I lost. Fuck. Okay. Fuck. Okay. You're done. There's nothing I can do about it. It's just another day. It happens. My life is not a loss. I'm here. I'm alive. Someone died who's younger than me, and that's crazy. You know what I'm saying? That's worse. People are experiencing worse, and you just face the loss in the market. Yes, because you have the desire that you want this specific type of life. But the life that you have is this one. The one that you are getting to curate, to create, to make happen. Here's the thing, even the videos. I was making, what is this? Reels on TikTok and Instagram. Fucking hate TikTok. So, but it helped me. It helped me with my writing. I don't know if you call it writing, but it helped me with my writing, my articulation. It helped me explore more in terms of my mind and learning, because I thought it was just social media. Yes, there's a lot of garbage there, but you actually need to learn. You actually need to be smart. Yeah, garbage is pushed a lot, but there are some pretty smart people, and the time that they take, it's not, here's the thing, not the video editing and all that, it doesn't matter. The most important thing is the message. Does it make sense? Is it improving? Is it maintaining? Is it winning? The motto, is it awesome? You know what I'm saying? So anyways, uh, right now, I'm on day 15. I made some voice notes. And these were the things that were making the trading process even more bearable, because we understood that on a day-to-day basis, you have to be mindful that you are here. My account is at 200. I'm here. I get to trade. I get to experience the market firsthand. I get to try my best to move my account forward. We're not competing with structure or breaking it down in the easiest way we know how. The main thing is, here's the thing. I make profit. I'm always scared in the market. I don't know why. The better I get, the more scared I become. I'm always scared in the market, but I take the trade regardless. The problem, you shouldn't be afraid of losing. You should be afraid of bad trading. Now, if I had a painting, I was gonna paint out the perspective that I'm trying to explain, that from a charting perspective, losing is impossible, but bad trading is possible. Because losing is fluctuations. Whatever was supposed to happen was supposed to happen. And if you react according to what was supposed to happen, regardless of 20 losses, if the market moved like that, that is good trading. You know what I'm saying? So that's the type of perspective I'm trying to explain. Discipline. 10-minute voice notes every day. Sometimes I script them. Okay, I script what I'm thinking about or what I see on the day, because today is new. If I get a message, it's new. I've never experienced today. Today is new. Every piece of information is new. Now, I'm not going to say I'm brand new. I'm not brand new. I was here yesterday, you know what I'm saying? But today is new. So every form of information is new. Every piece of interaction is new. So I write that down and I express how I feel about that, how I think about that, and what I'm going to do about that. And that would make the perspective of trading more bearable, that, you know what, this is just a game. It's a game of price. It's a game of price action. You don't really need to be too attached to it. If the market moves up 8 hours, it moved up 8 hours. It's not going to repaint. It's going to stay like that. And if I was not in the market within that 8 hours, I don't need to cry about it. I just need to find the next best opportunity. Access, skill, funding, and objective. All these four elements were understood. The last thing that was not understood is the trader. That I'm the one who's detaching from this. I'm the one who's looking at this from a logical and comfortable manner. And a lot of traders are beating themselves down because they don't give themselves that appreciation. Yes, don't attach to the losses, but appreciate your wins. Appreciate your reactions towards the losses. And that's what happened. On days we would lose and be like, okay, it's a loss. The market moved 8 hours up for 8 hours. We missed that, and it moved down whereas for like 12 hours and it messed us up. It's okay. It happens. It's boxing. Anyways, it's trading. It happens. So yeah, the motto is improvement, maintenance, and victory. This is day 15. All the voice notes are gonna be 10 minutes long. I'm gonna listen to them at the end of 90 days because this is me expressing what I think, what I feel, and what I'm gonna do. And then the videos that when I have to improve until day 90. The trading, let's not talk about that. Let's not talk about that. But anyways, the goal is still 200K. Come on. Who the fuck am I? I'm the masses, bro. I'm the masses. Here's the thing. Again, I blew 2 accounts throughout this process. A total of like, I don't know, $22. Because why? I said it. You're going to spend so much time in the market and lose so much until you're tired of losing. You're so good that you realize, because there's no curriculum, you become so good that you assess yourself to say, now someone of my caliber shouldn't be getting these results. And the reason they're getting these results is because they're using 1, 2, 3, and I shouldn't be using 1, 2, 3, and this is what I want to do right now. And then the door of profitability is open. Now you just have to step in and execute consistently. 3 months is all you need to assess a successful process. Because here's the thing. One day, the best trade ever, it's not really the best trade ever. The fact that it's not even a swing trade, it didn't move in a particular direction for 3 days, it's not the best trade ever. It's just one candle. So don't get deluded. 90 candles. That's a lot of damn candles. That's a lot of movement. There's different conditions. And now multiple pairs, now that's mastery. And the cool thing is, after you figure this out, you find out after the process, I don't want to put too much in your head, but scratch this from here, done. But after you figure this out, you're going to find out that multiple pairs, singular pair, it's the same thing. It's a matter of juggling it. When you do actually trade, you want to juggle everything. You want to have a max threshold of pairs, which means my max threshold is 3. That's the max threshold of pairs. That's multiple pairs. But you're going to be trading on one, which is where you get most of your money. And you want to juggle through them when that one doesn't work. It's not necessarily you only trade one pair and that's how you make money. No. Now, again, this is me depending on using this particular time frames. Why am I using these time frames? Because they are realistic to the language of the market. Me explaining profitability from a 1 minute perspective is impractical. You know how many signals on a 1 minute? You can make $1 million in 13 days from a 1 minute chart. It's not real trading. Real trading is understanding everything, because everything happens on every time frame, yes. But you need to understand that time overall generates the curve, not leverage. Leverage is one of the profit accumulators. So you're only trapped in one perspective of trading. And there's like, how many perspectives? Like 7. Direct context, aligned context, available moment, leverage, time. The other 2 I forgot. Anyways, so that's basically what it is. Stay safe. And yeah, take it easy on yourself. This is your journey specific to you. Don't attach to the losses. Build character. Try to attach to the person that you are after a loss. I remember when I was doing this, I don't know, insurance banking license. We'll like take a mock exam out of 50. The first one I got like 31, and the minimum is like 33. Nah, the first time I got 36. The minimum is 33 pass out of 50. I felt like, oh yeah, you know what, I'm doing good. Second time around, second mock, I got 31. And you need to get 33 to pass out of 50. The same night, I studied again. The second test, I got like 38. Same night I studied again, third test I got 41. Same night I studied again, second test I got 43. Until I went to write, and I got like 84%. And that's like, why am I telling you this? It's because it's a choice. You make the choice after you lose. After you lose, you can either say, you know what, I lost, I'm a loser. Or you just make the space, the time, and the decision to say, you know what, I'm going to do this. Why? You find the reasoning behind why you do things. I feel like that's the biggest denominator for me, is defining reasons for the things that I do. Why am I doing this? Why is this necessary? You have to find it within yourself. There is no curriculum. You're the one who's going to give yourself the curriculum. Yes, probability doesn't eventually happen. You make it happen. But if you spend so much time in the charts, you'll eventually make it happen. You'll force yourself to become. The art forces you. You cannot perform a punch 10,000 times and not be a master in that punch.